We're here in Berwick, behind the library and the administration offices, and this is a community garden, and so we have two plots here. One has medicines, and the other one used to have our three sisters in it. Maybe we'll be able to show some pictures of it as it was growing, but it's already been harvested.
Yeah.
The three sisters garden that we had beans,
corn, and squash. The Three Sisters soup is not traditional Mi'kmaq, but it's mostly Iroquois and how the story goes with that. They grow connected together.
You came up with the idea of having a gathering around harvest time so that we could serve the soup to people. And do you want to talk a little bit about the importance of food at a gathering, maybe?
That's very important in the Mi'kmaq culture, and most Indigenous communities or any gathering they have. They don't charge for food. They're your guests, so you're expected. It's just the culture. It's something that you're not forced to do, but it's something inside of you that makes you want to do it. You will not go to the next spot. Your journey, you won't take any more steps until you have something to eat. That was what, that was something that we all, and even now, like, if somebody was to visit, you make sure that they have something to eat to get to their next journey. Even if they have something, no, you eat our food. This is what you're going to have, and save yours for when you don't have it. And the soup was, we always had soup or luskaniggan, which is a Mi'kmaq bread, sort of like a biscuit, but and it's just so important to make sure that you have something to give them, and it warms their heart with a cup of tea. What's in the medicine garden is we have tobacco, which we use for ceremonial purposes, and when we take from the land, like when we harvested the Three Sisters vegetables, it's traditional in the Mi'kmaq culture to give back to Mother Earth, so we sprinkle a little of the tobacco once it's dried, and that's what we're hoping to do with this, with all these plants, is to have them dried and that we can use them. And if we have a guest speaker in, it's always nice to have that instead of sending away and getting other tobacco when we can have our own. We have sage. We also have clary sage.
Yeah, two kinds.
Two kinds of sage. And then we're trying to grow some sweetgrass that we collected right here in Nova Scotia. We'll see what happens. It's very hard to harvest and grow, so we'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully we'll get some expertise in if it doesn't mature.
I think we need Lorraine to come and bless it so it will grow.
Yes. This knowledge is coming from my elders, and from what a little bit of knowledge that I was a very young woman when my mother passed, but I do remember the different things that she would pass down. So I go to the communities, the three communities here, or even further, and talk to the elders there and ask them what is the best way to do this. And they always want to know, what are you doing and why? That's the first question, with a cup of tea, of course. They always have a cup of tea. And they always want to know why you're doing it and for what purpose. They want to know that it's, not just something dictated to you, that's coming from your heart, and that you want to share it. Because there's knowledge keepers out there that just pass it on, sometimes for gain, financial gain, if that makes sense. But that's not the Mi'kmaq way. The way to do it is because you have the burning desire to share that, so that they get the right knowledge and understand the right knowledge. And that's what makes it pure and from the heart, so that you're passing it on. So anytime we do something, we think of ideas, I always run it by the elders, not just one. You should get different opinions, but and it all comes out to the same, what purpose are you doing this for and why? So when you explain it, they just said, well, then I'm going to share my knowledge with you.